Hey there, West Michigan. I'm meteorologist Michael Behrens. Thanks for watching 13 Plus. It's been a beautiful round of weekend weather, but as we head into the Thanksgiving week, things will be changing, and that involves some cooler temperatures and some rain that is heading our way as well. First, let's take a look at this weekend again. This was from D yesterday, Saturday evening in Montague. Thanks for this awesome shot of the sunset out there over the water. Picture taken from Lloyd's Landing. Great view yesterday, and a nice cloudless view this morning on the Muskegon River. Thanks to Bill for taking this photo showing just a little bit of that steam rising up off the water early in the day. Of course, if you take any weather photos, we'd love to see them here at 13 on your side. You can send them to me on social media, Meteorologist Michael Behrens on Facebook and at Mike Behrens WX on the X, Twitter, Instagram, and Threads. Your temperatures out there today hit highs in the 50s for most, 40s once you got up toward Big Rapids and toward Ludington, 52 here in the city. At temperature just inside 3 degrees. Told you 49 hit 52, brings our accuracy streak to 3 days in a row. When it comes to tomorrow, temperatures will be going down some thanks to some extra cloud cover. That's why 13 Weather Ball is lit up in blue as cooler temperatures are in view.
The 13 Weather Ball is sponsored by LaFontaine Lincoln Grand Rapids.
And tonight, while cooler temperatures are on the way tomorrow, will be just about the same as it was last night. That means temperatures into the low 30s, if not upper 20s for some of us as we work our way into the early part of Monday. As of 10:25, already down to 34 in Grand Rapids. Winds blowing offshore on the lakeshore. So while you guys were sitting in the 40s and 50s last night, going to be a cooler night for you in Muskegon and Holland. The winds out there will contribute to some wind chill overnight. Nothing too aggressive. Winds only around 3 to 8 miles per hour as we head through tonight. That'll put temperatures and feels like conditions kind of chilly. We'll see temperatures in the low 30s with feels like conditions in the 20s. So you'll certainly want to dress warmly as you head out early on the day Monday. We may see a peak of sunshine right around sunrise, but that would be about it. Otherwise, a fairly overcast day as we head into Monday with temperatures that'll be in the mid 40s by the afternoon. Rain chances that arrive after midnight into early Tuesday. Your day planner calls for a low of 31 as we head through tonight. Monday will be around 46 with rain again after midnight. That rain lasts into Tuesday with temperatures that'll hang around 40 degrees. May see some isolated mix, especially north of I-96. As of now, we're seeing the cloud cover start to pick up across West Michigan. This will continue toward daybreak Monday morning with the rain again holding off until we get into Tuesday. But there's plenty of moisture back out toward the west, so this is heading our way. Hour by hour forecast here tracks the rain as it comes to West Michigan. Watch the cloud cover again pick up as we head toward Monday morning. Your best chance at seeing the sun early in the day is going to be up in Mecosta, Montcalm counties. Further to the north and east, the later it'll be when the cloud cover really starts to thicken up. As we head into the afternoon, all of us pretty much go overcast across West Michigan with the rain starting to arrive in portions of the region after midnight. This will start first down toward the southwest and move to the northeast. Could see some heavier showers down in parts of the system, and again could see some mixing, especially in the northern counties where you might see a little bit of light rain snow mix come down at times. This shouldn't be an impactful winter system, mostly just a rain system. The rain continues into the afternoon, keeping temperatures cool with rain chances coming to an end as we head into Tuesday night, and the cloud cover starting to clear out of here as we head into the day on Wednesday. Good news is we're no longer expecting any snow chance on the backside of this system, so that important travel day before the Thanksgiving holiday should stay dry and easy going here across West Michigan. Temperatures out there for Monday, breezy, hanging around in the 40s on the lakeshore again. Dry during the daytime hours, but cloud cover increases as we head into the afternoon. We'll be in the low to mid 40s for the northern zones, of temperatures in the mid to upper 40s from Grand Rapids down to Kalamazoo. 13 on your side, 10-day outlook. That shows temperatures that stay in the 40s all the way through the Thanksgiving holiday. The travel day Wednesday and Thanksgiving itself will be dry. Temperatures in the low to mid 40s. We drop quite a bit as we head toward Black Friday. That's when temperatures start the day off in the 20s and only reach the mid 30s by the afternoon before some snow and rain chances return next weekend. Temperatures continuing down through the 30s as we head toward the end of the 10-day. And with Thanksgiving just days away, we are entering what's expected to be one of the busiest times to travel. Airports will be crowded across the country, and so will highways. If you're planning to hit the road, there are a few things you can do to help yourself, though. 13 on your sides, Trevier Gonzalez has more.
It is no doubt going to be a busy time everywhere once we get past the weekend. Whether you're flying or driving, a little bit of preparing is something that might just save you from a lot of worry. The countdown is on for the country's biggest travel week.
Some of it's peak flying out, some of it's peak coming back in, but a good mix of passengers and guests that'll be out at the airport.
Folks at the Ford Airport are expecting record levels. They're already on track to do 5% better than 2019, which was their best year. With those massive crowds in the distance, what can you do to help? Experts say be prepared for long, slow-moving lines with the TSA. That means giving yourself at least 2 hours before your flight departs.
Again, it takes the stress out when you can just do that at your leisure and at your time as opposed to rushing, running late. Then you forget things, and things just start to kind of snowball.
Though it will likely get busy along major roadways, there is good news for drivers. Gas prices continue to fall.
It's certainly going to be the cheapest Thanksgiving since 2021.
Patrick DeHaan with Gas Buddy tells us there is a slight uptick of people getting behind the wheel this year. He says those low gas prices are connected to the cooler weather, as well as the price of oil being on the decline. But he says don't expect that to last.
They fall in the fall and they spring back up in the spring as more Americans get back out. So do enjoy the opportunity because we do expect prices will eventually go back up.
A sense of relief at a time when it might get a little busy. Packing some patience is really the name of the game. For flyers trying to skip the check-in line and not check in a bag, most airlines allow you to check in through your cell phone. And if you're on the fence about something you want to bring along, check the TSA's website to make sure it's not prohibited. But I'll go ahead and give you this one. Turkeys are fair game. Just make sure to hold off on the gravy.
And speaking of travel, the Detroit Metro Airport expects up to 4 million passengers between today and January 2nd. If you're going to be one of them, here's some ways you can plan ahead. Arrive early, check luggage before you get to the airport, and don't wrap gifts. And the average for ask for assistance if you need it. Workers at Detroit Airport will also try to reduce stress levels for travelers with visits from Santa and local musicians performing holiday favorites. Airport officials are predicting more than 850,000 passengers for the Thanksgiving travel period and around 1.5 million for Christmas travel. And if you're taking the car, watch out for deer. New data shows that deer crashes in Michigan have reached the highest level in a decade. Insurance experts are reminding drivers to be careful on the roads for the next 2 weeks during the hunting season. Data from the Michigan State Police shows there were nearly 60,000 crashes involving deer last year. That's up 13% from the year before. Kent, Ottawa, and Allegan counties top the list of top 10 counties with the most crashes, and the majority of crashes happen between 6 and 9 p.m. at night and during the month of November. And one final Thanksgiving-related story, the Jenison High School Band performed their last concert for family and friends before taking the big screen heading into this week. The band will march in the Macy's Day Parade on Thanksgiving Day. Leading up to the big day, band members say they will also get to do some sightseeing while they're in New York and even have another performance in Central Park. 13 on Your Side spoke to the band about what this trip means to them.
Not taking anything for granted when we're there, like staying humble and just kind of taking the time that we're there, like really soaking it in, because you're only going to be able to do that once in a lifetime. So our director Z talked a lot about not taking it for granted and just like really appreciating everything that we get to do in New York.
The parade begins at 8:30 Thanksgiving morning. And as we approach the holiday, the leaves have mostly fallen from the trees, but many of us are now wanting to rake them all up. But do you actually need to spend your holiday break on this outdoor chore? Vanessa from our Verified team breaks down claims online that you can just leave them alone.
It's a simple slogan,
Leave the leaves,
promising a magic bullet for a better garden.
Want more fireflies in your yard? Leave the leaves. Want fewer mosquitoes near your house? Leave the leaves, surprisingly. Want to never spend money on mulch again? Believe it or not, leave the leaves.
So does less mean more when it comes to yard maintenance this fall? We asked Bobby Modern, Director of Horticulture at Duke Gardens and the U.S. Department of Agriculture.
There's a lot of good reasons to leave those leaves and not to clean up every single leaf in your property.
Modern says that's because leaves on the ground are part of the circle of life.
Microorganisms, they break these leaves down in the winter and during the spring. And basically when they do that, they're providing nutrients to refeed all of these plants that live in the forest.
Fallen foliage also serves as a haven for insects and creatures that keep pests down and boost pollination near you.
Great spangled fritillaries and woolly bear caterpillars, tuck themselves in leaves. Luna moths and swallowtail butterflies disguise their cocoons to look like leaves to blend in really well.
So we can verify, yes, leaving fallen leaves in your yard helps plants and boosts wildlife. Now, what if you want to leave the leaves while still keeping a tidy look to your yard? Modern recommends blowing leaves into your planting beds, then wetting them with a hose to keep the wind from carrying them back onto your lawn. Then at the end of the season, he says to cover the leaves with any mulch you prefer.
That acts as a weight. It holds the leaves in place. And it also helps to kind of start that decomposition process a little faster by acting as a blanket.
Here's why with Michael, sponsored by the Bugs exhibit at the Grand Rapids Public Museum.
The former Butterworth landfill here in Grand Rapids may not be the prettiest part of the city, but in recent years, any empty piece of land along the Grand River is usually eyed for some form of development. While growth in much of Grand Rapids has been red hot, the history of this site means the future has to be green. When it comes to going green, a landfill is probably the furthest location many can think of from helping the environment. However, due to the toxic past of this site, there are few options for the future except for it to be a clean one.
Due to the restrictions that are in place, there's a 4-foot clay cap that's in place, and we cannot in any way or any developer penetrate that cap. So that basically means that you can't have light poles, you can't have restrooms, you couldn't put a building there. And so it really limits what can be done there.
So instead of paving it over and turning this location into a parking lot, the city of Grand Rapids had a brighter idea.
So right now the priority approach for the city is to install as much solar as possible on the site.
And this would be part of the city's goal to be operating 100% on renewable energy by 2025.
With the construction of solar here at the Butterworth landfill, we are looking to directly supply the city's primary circuit. And so this would increase our renewable performance from about 7%. So we would be over 50% being supplied by renewable electricity.
If all goes to plan, the city expects the project to come online sometime in 2026. Now, the next steps to make this project happen are to ensure compliance with the EPA and to await ideas from potential contractors and members of the community for the project. The window to submit those ideas and qualifications closes on December 29th. And finally tonight, check this out. Santa Claus made it all the way from the North Pole to Grand Rapids on Saturday for the annual Grand Rapids Santa Parade. 13 on Your Side team walked in the parade, smiling, waving, and handing out candy canes. Unfortunately, the adoptable dogs from Humane Society weren't able to walk with their team. However, the dogs were still able to make their Santa Parade debut by walking with members of the Humane Society. If you're interested in adopting a furry friend, you can visit the Humane Society of West Michigan.com to see all the animals available for adoption. It's definitely a great parade to be out and a part of this year. If you remember last year, we were dealing with several inches of fresh snow, so I think we'll take the sunshine and 40s any day of the week. Speaking of sunshine, we'll have to keep an eye on Thanksgiving because right now it's looking pretty good, but of course we'll update you throughout the rest of the week ahead with details both on TV and online at 13onyourside.com or by downloading our news and weather apps. For now though, thanks for watching 13 Plus. I'm meteorologist Michael Behrens.